Welcome everyone to this CTFDA sponsored event. This is your host for the evening, Jason Garde, joined by your other host for the evening, Darren Curry. Darren, introduce yourself.
Good evening, Jason. How does it feel to be able to talk well?
I've been talking for a whole 25 years at this point, Darren, so I would say that my talking is quite good. And yourself?
Standard. Too standard for CTFDA to grab both of us off the street. Not even pay us for this, and just expect some kind of quality. So I think they'll get what is deserved of them. Tonight we have to you bringing live for us, but not you.
Live.
But not you. You won't see this live. You better see it alive. Plumstead Gradient against not Stellenbosch, but other suburbs, Mutiny. In this fourth round, CTFDA 2026 Opens League encounter, a battle of two relative giants.
Top of the standings. I believe both undefeated at this point in time.
Correct, Jason. At least one of us did our research.
They call me Mr. Stats.
They call him Mr. Stats. We'll be bringing the play-by-play and the color commentary. We'll do a lot better on the next points, but for now, we have disc
Oh my
golf.
goodness.
And with that, our professionalism is lost. This is hilarious. Dylan Sims on the disc, picking up. He throws long, looking for one of the Sams. Sam Bovum himself. Former Wild Dog. We have a host of Wild Dogs with us today. The under 24s, of course, of generations past for the South African national teams. Jason, you yourself are one of them. How does this quality stack up to the international quality you faced?
Depends which tournament we're talking about. If we're talking about my U24 tournament, then this is it. It's hug it deep and hope for the best. You know, that's kind of what happens in U24 since the quality is not great. As we see, Dylan Sims has very much started off with his signature, which is I throw disc deep for downwind,
And that's
that happens twice. Wow, very uncharacteristic drop there from Nick.
Nick Anderson, to a former Wild Dog. really doing his nation proud and extending this stream, this point.
How do you think Dill's going to feel with -2 on his plus-minus this early on in the game?
That would bother, I think, even the sturdiest of hearts. Especially when it's coming from our fellow body in this commentary wind tunnel, Adam Kieffer-Walker. Adam is looking very nervously at me.
Hello. This is an actual game.
It's
Yeah.
very much an actual game, yes. Would you?
Against two?
How would we best describe it? The team in white, they call themselves Gradient. If you look very, very closely, Gradient, like
Oh, great flow up the field.
Like
David
the slope of
fortunately
this,
goes
Yes.
as in, yeah. They're playing against Mutiny in the black. As you can see, there's a faint little M on their jerseys.
You
for
need to
that.
be coming to watch frisbee matches.
away. You guys want to come watch Frisbee? If you guys are from UCT's playing on the other field over there.
Oh.
For the record, I did beat this throw. Thank you very much.
Oh, people are watching rugby. Is that another Dawson?
Oh, is that more? Yeah,
What, people watch
that's
rugby?
more of a
No, I'm
sport.
joking. I know.
That's a bit more of a sport. How did that go? Did UCT win? Oh, that's rubbish.
Actually, so bad.
What was the score then?
7:39.
Oh, that's
Marty's
awful.
stuff them up.
They played Marty's as well.
Yeah, I was gonna Marty's.
Oh, it's the derby.
Oh, good defense by John
Okay,
Thompson.
maybe this
over
makes
there.
you feel better then. I hope
Oh,
it
are
does.
you guys recording this?
We are. You're live. We
Do you wanna
will
introduce
take our
yourselves?
we'll take our non-disclaimer.
Oh,
You'll spend probably the worst day to come watch any sort of
Yeah,
The
this
wind.
is.
the wind.
Oh, that's not even good for them.
Yeah, it's not high quality frisbee at the
It's not good for us. It's not good for them.
Oh, that sucks.
It's good for the turbines, but there's no team called Turbines.
But yeah, these are probably two of the best teams in Cape Town. Not that they're acting like it right now.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I said that.
Like my
Check
voice,
frisbee.
guys. I hope you like my voice or something.
Oh yeah.
Be on the disc. Oh, the hand block by Phil.
But okay, guys, thank you.
no, thank
No
you.
worries.
Please enjoy it. Like
Yeah. Thanks for
You've
filling
got the
us in.
evening
Thanks for tuning in, listeners. Bye. Have a good evening. Now that our rude interruption has left. Uh-oh. And Brent with the first score. Tom called it in. Hell no.
sorry.
And that is the first score of the game. No, man! First score of the game, I believe the up line went to Aiden Klein, who then threw it into the end zone for the freshly mulleted Brent.
Brent Phillips, indeed, rocking what at least every
hair.
Opens national caliber team should have. A party at the back. A party at the back. Mutiny with a hold. A downwind hold. Fewer things could be more expected. Other than the D-line, we have Rourke Robinson pulling. Also, a national representative of two sports. Two sports that could barely classify themselves as sports.
Orienteering. For those that are
Orienteering.
unaware.
It's like rally for your feet with no co-driver.
Rourke puts up the pull. It floats. I don't know if I would call that majestically in the wind. Not a fan. Interesting to see James going upfield first. Normally he is well behind the disc. James and Nick. Nick making many deep cuts to not anyone since the disc is not in play yet.
Disc not in play. We have an equipment check from Paul Vickers, one of the steely statesmen of Cape Town Ultimate.
Wow. And that is a turn. Good defense by Peter.
Peter Ivy anchoring the back today for Mutiny. He looks upfield, no available
zone.
reset. In the zone, it's at the front of the end zone, the aforementioned Rourke
And that's a turn.
Robinson doesn't get his orienteering right. His bearings were off for that throw.
Unfortunately, we don't have the best perspective of that corner of the end zone with there being a little tree in the way, but you heard it from us here first as to what actually happened.
CTFDA wants trees to exist, everyone.
Tom rips one.
Tom Smythe, another former Wild Dog captain. A captain indeed, leading his charges further up the field. Heineke Meyer Frisbee, some might
my
say.
captain not afraid to rip it. Unfortunately, Tim didn't have the best read of that one. Uh-oh.
And this is the fourth turn at this point.
I hope
With-
Adam's keeping track of all these turns, because this is going to be interesting for the stats later on.
Paul Vickers
Oh!
now looking to center
Great
the
post
disc. It goes straight into the palm of Josh Hansen, blocking that disc. It's a day for the defensive stats today. You would say.
You hate to see that. Rourke with the -2 this point so far. Hanu with a... I was going to say a travel, but I suppose it's not a travel, it's a turn.
By the time we play the Benny Hill music.
At what point do you think we cut to commercials?
I mean, this in itself is a commercial for some form of, I don't know, super glue, very necessary. At the same time, some peanut butter could go with that jam up the line. Josh Hansen centers to Peter Ivy, looks into the end zone.
And that is a break point. First upwind, first break of the game. That's a big point for Mutiny.
Full Kirby with some color in his hat, the green and gold. He's here to stay, ladies and gentlemen. 2-0 to Mutiny.
What are you doing with the money we don't pay you?
We are 50 seconds into this recording at the time of this restarting. Editor, take notes.
Sam Bobham at the front of the end zone. He fakes high. Throws a lefty into some grounded territory. A quick reset to beat the zone setup from Gradient does not work out. Big Anderson throws a reverse swinger. Right into the front goal. Phil Kirby mistaken for Ella Hughes with that one. 3-0 Mutiny. That's a second break in a row. Now for Adam from the stats corner.
It's currently 3-0 Mutiny, and Gradients haven't scored yet. There
That
you go.
is implied by
Those
it
are
being
your
3-0.
stats. That's my. They call me Mr. Stats.
Quick stats.
Take that. Yeah.
Adam's new segment, quick stats with Adam. Should I pause the recording or do we want to keep yapping?
Let's pause.
Let's pause. What about the halftime interlude, Adam?
No, we can just keep the.
Time out.
We can just keep it still and then keep talking. Just fill the dead air with whatever's
Okay,
left.
well, I've paused the recording then. But to keep this going, what have you seen so far, Darren? And what would you like to see coming out of this timeout?
Well, just a pure good reason for you and me to not be playing today. This is tragic conditions. I know everyone is looking their matric dance best, but my goodness, I do not envy this wind. Very messy. Gradient's still relying on a lot of nano ball, despite the different wind directions. I'd like one team just to take a bit of extra time, use the 10 seconds available, 8 seconds in some people's cases. And just get themselves in the game. Get themselves mentally, High School Musically in the game.
I thought you were going to say there that they should give us a reason to not go home, because this might sound rough, but the showing so far has not been good. The only saving grace I have for the Frisbee so far is that other regions teams won't really be able to gain much from this in terms of what Frisbee's actually played if this gets uploaded somewhere and they try to use this as scouting material.
True,
Yeah.
it's one way to remain completely,
James, just be better.
or just 4D chess levels of incognito, I think. Not giving anything away, giving them something, but not giving them anything at the same time. Via Daddy Van Sale picking up on the right sideline, looks for an immense crossfield swack.
And it gets lost in the trees. Rourke to pick up and bring it to the front of the end zone. Unsurprising to see what I think will be another zone look from Gradient.
Bovum on the near sideline, looks infield. He's taking his 10 seconds available, throws a high release dump to Peter Ivy, continues the momentum to Mark Lewis, sporting some very fuzzy, warm looking track pants there.
Oh dear. That is not what you want to see coming out from Peter.
Paul Vickers swings to Brandon Fitzgerald, the defensive leader of this Gradient team. Showing some offensive whirly-durly. A high release into the middle of the end zone, far side. Dave Pereira, unfortunately, unable to collect. Ivy now picking up in what might be considered the corner of death. You don't wanna find yourself in Death Valley there, do you?
Judging by how this code's blowing onto the field, that might be the upwind sideline now.
It's a short field at the moment.
Oh, we've lost all the field.
No containing the excitement in these codes.
Come on, Scott.
Do you know how the sand from the Sahara blows over the Atlantic Ocean? I don't know why, but that kind of reminded me of that, with the cones flying over to the other side.
That's deep, Adam.
Yeah.
That's deep.
I just wanted to flex that I know stuff. And some more stats for you.
Shout out knowing stuff. Adam,
Stats.
Adam, what else do you have for us from the stats corner?
Did you know that India took 2 weeks I think. No,
To win the World Cup, yes.
We are back in
Bovum
play
on the
here.
far side corner, still trying to get out of this position of certain death.
If there was someone I want on the disc, it's a tall, lanky boy such as Sam who has some composure. So
Robertson unable to center successfully to Doug Matuszek. Tom Smythe picking up now.
the negative reset, a gradient classic.
Van Sale trying to move the large mark of Joe Hansen.
Like throws a one throw there. He was not looking for a reset.
It is do as you please. It is do as you please today because nothing will please anyone.
Honestly, as much as I would like to see if you're moderately up the field, you have some composure. If the other team can't work it, I suppose it doesn't matter what you do.
Matuszek picks up now,
Great
throws one of the better gainers this point.
Oh, man still got it. Crazy look by Sam there. Comes down, no one in that space.
Josh Hansen centers to Peter Ivey. One more to Mark Lewis.
And that's another upwind break for Mutiny. Score is, I believe, 4-0.
4-0.
Can't help but wonder what Gradient has to do here. They look a bit dejected. I can understand why. They had plenty of opportunities to score there, but it seems like instead of trying to work it in, they seem revolved even from half field or quarter field to score in one, rather than just swing it and look for a nice calm option.
Got some more stats.
Stats.
It is now 4-0 to Mutiny.
We've already said that, Adam. I thought you'd have a new stat.
Oh, sorry.
Like turnovers or something.
Canadians still have not scored.
That's the stats with Adam Kieffer-Walker. Stats.
Thank you, Adam.
These stats were brought to you by CTFDA.
CTFDA in association with Stats.
There were 7 turns that point.
Only 7.
There you go.
Stats.
Thank you, Adam.
Here we have Mutiny about to pull the pull the pull?
Pull
Back
the pull.
To Gradient. That's a choice of words. So we have Dill, rip one.
Dawson's with a swim butt.
Probably the best pull so far. Oh, it lands in, rolls towards the back, and Paul is now going to have a problem getting this out.
There have been at least one drop in the defending end zone this side. It's a very nervy situation.
Dill manages to get a hand to it. Good defense there. Tom hustling. I love that. Stop the roll.
Not a bad kid out of jail. Going upwind. The roll, very favorable to Gradient, but this is still one throw away from Dylan Sims.
Honestly, I'm surprised that we do not have more deep defenders from Gradient. I know they're trying to set up their little surround stacky thing, but you know there's pretty much one option that they are taking here, and that's not going to be a lateral.
That's a very good point, Jason, as John T. Thompson struggles to get the disc in play. Force the shorter throws. It's difficult to catch in any direction in the ring, as is evident by our 20 minutes here. Van Sale with a cheeky swing through to James Granelli. Smythe
That looks like it's on the ground.
forward, only for the ground to be found. Nick Anderson
Oh my goodness. Oh, and he eventually finds
throwing the dance moves
John T. My goat!
into your local farm animal, John T. Thompson. Never short of enjoying himself anywhere on the Frisbee field. Absolutely anywhere.
That is Mike is my goat. My inspiration. My love. I believe John T. still has a 100% completion ratio this game, but I think Adam could give us the proper stats on that.
Stats.
Yeah, there's quite a few people who have 100% completion just purely because they haven't really picked up the disc. They've really relied on their handlers to navigate the to navigate the wind. So there's quite a few people who still haven't really got on the disc yet. But people who are big perpetrators of turning over the disc are Rourke, Vian.
Willows.
I said, because it's
Shout out
Villa.
Willows. Gone. but
Yeah,
not
where
forgotten.
is Willows? Vian, you are also a big perpetrator.
Imagine
And
speaking to him like he's.
We interrupt the stats
for the game.
for a public service announcement. If anyone has seen William Lyons, please report him to CTFDA's own Adam Kieffer-Walker, aka Statman and Robin. We're back at the game. Paul Vick is doing his best Dylan Sims impersonation.
At least I've got to say, at least when Mutiny's throwing it deep, there's someone cutting there. But at that point, that felt very much just like a Rusty, we're going to go for possession and take things from here.
Huck and zone, baby.
Oh, Stan comes down with it, luckily.
Robinson attempted to be trapped on the sideline, but cannot hold a good man down.
It's a very interesting zone from Gradient. Very flat, everyone forcing to the sideline, no one really helping. It's almost like a one-on-one with the person with the disc. If you can break the person with the disc, I think you can get a swing off, and then Gradient's defense is kind of flawed.
Mutiny have shown competence in finding the spaces in quite an extended cup that Gradient is setting.
Oh, Bjorn with the deep cut. I like that. Someone is definitely poached. Peter's just sitting deep. Oh, Mark is unmarked.
How
His
ironic.
game doesn't fit. Mark should just stay. Where's Mark going to?
Tim Murphy on the near sideline looking upfield. There's
Oh my
a lot of
goodness.
busyness.
And that's a score for Gradient. They're on the board.
And Nick Salumas plucks one out the air.
He might be old. He might be injured.
All of the porcupine.
And he's still the goat.
We have another goat.
Ah.
Old MacDonald. You know what Old MacDonald didn't have? Stats! Stats, 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 stats.
So Gradient have now scored their first point. And it's been a dirty hold, but it's a hold.
Oh my goodness, that's the stats.
These were stats by Adam Kieffer-Walker. Stats, stats,
Give us some
stats,
more
stats.
informed stats. Come on, Adam.
I just
Give us
don't
the
have
dirt.
any. I'm only keeping track of scores and turnovers. So those are all the stats I can give you. I don't have a youngest player to ever score in the Premier League kind of stat, you know.
Editor,
Overlay the
overlay that with white noise. Pure white noise.
Is this where we start talking about other things like the cricket commentators do?
No, I think we have a lot to still say.
Oh, Lord.
Roller pull from Nick. Good look. Probably not quite what he wanted. I assumed that Gradient were trying to go for a sideline kind of trap look there.
Disc playing Scalectrics at the pace of that turn. Clearly not the new F1 regulations on that disc. Dylan Sims picking up in a very powerful position as he usually finds
He
himself.
swings. Absolute shot.
That's
Good
one of
choice.
the stats.
He should have hugged. I regret all my slander of Dylan Sims.
Phil Kirby not in the end zone, finding it difficult to close his hands.
Well, you can't have a throw rate percentage if you don't catch the disc.
Incredibly large. No green and gold cap can contain that brain power.
Now that's a stat, Adam.
As Hanu Kutsia throws it, jamming it through the middle to Zalumas. Smythe in his blue shorts,
Has to
plays
swing,
backwards. Radiant looking
Oh, so Ems wants to call foul.
to surge away through, and it's drawn the foul, the first foul of the game.
It's our culture.
It's our culture. While CTFDA do promote peace all around the world, especially in the Gulf, at this moment in time. We accept all kinds of violence on the field. World lead. if you're watching now. There are some of us in the crowd with tears in our eyes, calling for you to rethink your decisions. Nick Anderson on the sideline finds John T. Thompson. With pace, this game has picked up. A high release into the front cone, another score, Nick Anderson.
Great stuff by John T and Nick there to get that into the end zone. Very similar to what we saw on the last point where Tim managed to throw to Nick, I believe. So that seems to be the corner. I think this is the downwind corner that we're seeing all the play come towards. I hope you can see that on the camera. I was not doing my job very well. But yeah, that seems to be it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what happened.
A corner for Nick. A corner for Knicks, that one. Adam, do you have any stats on the Knicks playing? Yes, stats.
I do not.
Thank you, Adam.
There was a foul retracted though from James. I know we were talking about peace all over the world, but that was also a retracted foul if we were talking about ultimate. You know.
Thank you for that, Adam. I do think it's disappointing to see teams like Iran struggling to get to the FIFA World Cup as well, just due to the current situation in the world. So I think that is something that we should all be cognizant of and aware of, as it is quite the pity to see what some of our world leaders are doing out there.
Agreed, Jason. To all of you emotionally hit by that, please feel free to contact CTFDA on their helpline. I don't know the number. Rock Robinson pulls one. A lot of hang time on this one. That's arguably the best pull we've seen going in the upwind direction.
I don't know what's happening with the recording. I hope it is still live. I see a little wreck, but I also see a little orange thing. So we hope the recording's going. Lots of swings by Gradient, which looks good. James uses his speedy little legs to go upfield. Tom gets the swing. Hopefully he'll swing it again. And they do so. Oh, unfortunately not. Hanu drops the disc.
Matuszek now short of the end zone. We have a dust tornado in the background as Sam Combrink, the other Sam,
Oh, yes.
in this game, slips into dolphin mode. Rourke Robinson in the deep space, doing his job, pretending to catch, finds Peter Ivey, looks infield, into Bovum. Bovum fakes twice.
Grant with great separation there, but unfortunately them struggling to hit him upwind.
Robinson now on the far sideline. Mutiny throwing in some large fakes, baiting the marks, finds an upline from Dylan Sims.
Oh, what a throw by Dylan.
Absolute laser to Combrink. Combrink with the delightful Sam to Sam connection.
Great stuff by the Sams. It's great to see that our culture is still very well alive and thriving in this current situation.
Do you want to explain why you keep saying it's our culture?
I've only said that once this podcast, Adam, so I don't know. Did I say it's our culture twice?
You 100% did.
You know who could bring us those stats? Stats.
Jason said it twice this time.
Thank you, Adam.
It is good to see Sam making his way down from the donkeys to come study here. I'm hoping he can learn a thing or two about how we play Frisbee, our culture, I suppose you could say. And if he enjoys it, I would love to see that return to the donkeys at some point in the future.
Do you think he'll start calling fouls more often?
I think he might learn what a foul is.
We apologize for any wheezing noises. As Brent Phillips restarts the game.
Oh no. Okay, that might land in. The wind luckily carries that back in bounds. Good field by Tom. Paul to start off play.
An interesting
Oh,
tactic.
great throw.
Not using the long barrier to stop that pull as Hanu Kutsia drops his second disc in 2 passes
You
to
see,
him.
Tom's from Canada. He doesn't know what cricket is, so long barrier might be a bit of a foreign concept to him.
Eden Klein, centered with the disc, finds Nick Anderson again at the front of the end zone.
And he finds Josh.
Josh Hansen, one of the tallest towers in the city skyline, with possibly his first score of the game. Adam will be able to confirm that. Stats.
Say it again. 8-1.
Oh, so that's half.
That is half. Yeah.
Oh, I feel like I've adjusted the stand.
Da 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 dum dum da 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 dum da 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 dum. And we're here with a halftime report. 3 completely new people in the box now. Thanks to our commentators live at the fields. We're safely at Stockley Park. It's Darren Curry joined by Jason Garde and Adam Kieffer-Walker, not on stats anymore. We're joined from our live reporter, our on-field reporter. I can't say field height reporter because he's that tall. Tian, how was the game from where you're standing?
From my perspective here on the field between the grass and the people, I can say the wind is howling. It's coming, it's going, and it's messing with the disc. You can see the players, they're struggling, but they're slowly building.
Adam, you're our local geography expert. What do you have to say about the wind that Tian's reporting on?
So all I can say is when Tian talks about his perspective, he normally has very, very good perspective. So I agree.
And the second installment of the Lost Tapes, Rourke Robinson pulls upwind into about halfway on the far sideline, just stopped by Sam Combrink. Mutiny setting up in a junk zone look. Paul Vickers picks up for Gradient. He throws a blade.
Adam, you've got to adjust the camera, bro.
That is well caught by Tom Smythe, who looks backwards to start.
Thanks for doing my job, Adam.
Finds Fun Sale, pops it through to Kutsia. Kutsia, conducting the orchestra, swings it backwards to Fun Sale. He's seeing through the mark of Aidan Klein, but turns the disc, Mutiny's disc now.
Unfortunately, Bernard's just too fast. He was underthrown by Vian there. So showing me to take this over.
Mutiny
If you want, because you'll just have to move that.
send one deep, and it's turned. Good recovery defense by Smythe, who is now responsible for resetting this disc. Plays it quickly from his pivot and unfortunately dropped in the end zone by Fun Sale.
This will be a good test of Mutiny's offense. Obviously starting upwind, right in front of the end zone. Big opportunity, should be scoring here.
Dylan Sims,
And they do so.
with not much field to work with, this opts not to huck this time. Finds Brent Phillips
Mullet Brent on the scoreboard once again.
in the front of the end zone. Any comment about the scores in the front of the end zone? That seems to be a lot of what's happening in this game, despite the wind.
It's a classic. I think that when the wind is up, you want to reduce the distance of your throws. So that's why we're seeing this kind of catch on the front corner or throw to the front corner where it's a lot less distance, a lot less risk for things to go wrong. So not surprised to see people not trying to throw over the tops or loopy things around towards the back of the end zone. John T, our goat over here.
Do you have any thoughts on the game, John T?
John T says things that we cannot repeat on the podcast here or the video, but it starts with F and it ends with uck, which you might think means fire truck, but it's another word that starts with F and ends with uck. A lot shorter. Pull back in bounds. I will stop talking a word that starts with K and ends with uck.
Disc is live in Gradient's hands. Kutsia on the near sideline. Fakes
Zone for Mutiny for the first time.
with both hands. And hits a swammer to Fun Sale. Chooses to catch it this time. The dump goes down the toilet bowl. And Sam Bovum collects another score. The Sam race is firmly being won by this Bovum.
Who was the assistant?
Adam in stats will know who assisted that.
I'm gonna take a guess and say that was daughter Sam.
It was Peter Ivy. Thank you, Adam.
Who assisted? Who threw that?
Okay.
Hadu threw the assist.
Yeah. Stop.
Okay, so we have from Tian that Hanu threw that assist. Josh, who threw the assist? We need it for the stats. Who threw the assist? Peter. It was Peter Ivy, much like Dad
You were
suggested. Good job, Dad.
Yeah, why not, Darren?
Thanks. Thank you, meneer.
In complete contrast to the production of this production, please tune into any of Josh Hansen's work done on behalf of SAFTA, a completely independent flying disc association to what some might consider to be the greatest flying disc association in Cape Town.
All the time.
Oh, Vian puts it to... Wow. Oh my goodness. Visionary. My goat. Vian is my goat. How did Dave come down with that? This is not the best commentary. Dave with an emphatic spike. I did not expect that to come off. I'm in shock. Darren, thoughts?
The speechlessness of me is now rendered meaningless as I speak. That was certainly a creative way to get to double their tally for the game.
I told you, once Bernard arrived, good things would happen. And
You
Bernard
stealing
has
my
promised
stats.
as much. Oh yeah, sorry, Adam,
I was gonna
stats.
say that they doubled their tally, but anyway, you stole it now.
Stats.
I am honestly still in shock. It kind of looked like Dave did not expect that. Vian just stood and hoped. And Dave somehow managed to get there in the end between Jontel's arms.
Van Zyl and Pereira, teammates on their mixed team as well. As the win makes, its main character appearance on this recording. I think I saw a cow fly across the screen. Tom Smythe on the pull. Radiant's third pull of the game.
Oh no.
Again, some stats brought to you by the brain of Adam Kieffer-Walker. Pajamaed Mark Lewis fakes high, throws short to Rook Robinson. Matashek now on the near sideline. It's up the juggling Mark Lewis to another score at the front cone. Rook Robinson firmly oriented in this game. We've used that joke twice.
Some could say that he's firmly orienteered at the front cone.
Orienteering loves its orange, loves its white and orange flags.
You know who else loves its orange?
Stats.
Luke Pula, who you can see on the other side, playing against Zephyr, UCT men called Man Cubs. Wonder what the score is like on that side. Looks like it's a good, well-spirited game.
What are you basing those stats off of, Adam?
They were giving them each other high fives. So
That seems to be pretty common in Frisbee. I've given some high fives and then given them a 6 in Spirit before.
that's tough.
These well-documented, well-calculated, well-resourced opinions coming to you from our stats corner. Stats. John T. Thompson on the pull for Mutiny.
Rips one in. Classic roller to get that distance, except now it's coming back at him.
A hairpin performed by the disc as Nick Zalumas picks up on the near sideline.
Oh wow, they don't have options.
Multiple fakes, sends him wide to Hanu Kutsia, but not really. Turns out it's the ground.
This is a sad showing when they can't manage to get the first throw off ready. It seemed like they were just kind of tracture a few possible options with undercuts that were maybe hittable, but unfortunately sort of on the break side of the disc, and that leads to a mess. But now their defense does pretty good. Sam comes down with it though.
Extreme pressure leads to an inventive collection by Sam Kombrink. Dylan Sims centered in the field now. Goes wide to a flapping Mark Lewis.
Great pass by Mark.
Yeah, he can claim that stat.
Mark finds it again for Brent. Looks like there's some kind of call on the field though, stoppage. I wonder if that's an out call.
No lines brought to you by CTFDA. I can't even say a bold choice. Lines would be bold. These are invisible.
I would hope they would be bold.
We now have our resident sideline experts scoping it out. In the meantime, with not much else game-wise to talk about, let's not talk about anything. Paul Vickers picks up after a successful outcall in favor of Gradient.
He chooses to rip one. Hanu does a half-hearted hop, and it is a turnover. We will see Mutiny picking up on their end zone line.
Dylan Sims now looking upwind as he's tasked with the unenviable reset into this game. Gradient setting up again with as many bodies as possible in front of the disc. Dylan Sims.
Not surprised to see it. Very surprised to see how Gradient hand on defending it, which is not really doing much.
Now in their end zone, Nick Salumas
The ongoing. It has to be.
looks upfield.
Great grab by Hanu.
Another inventive fetch from the Gradient receivers.
Uh-oh, he's locked in on that. That's not a good look.
The stall count gets too high. Indeed, there was some attempted sticky aim on Bernard Strauss in the end zone there. But sometimes the horns of the goat are not long enough.
Yeah, the problem with being sticky is that means sometimes your defender's going to stick to you. Stickiness works in both ways.
Oh, how I hate stickiness. And
Trap
it's
seems to be working effectively again here, and they resort to the last half ditch of jacking it. It works.
an incredibly visionary throw, finds Nick Anderson on the near sideline. Combrink goes lateral and sends it back out to a troubled sideline. Mutiny wisely swings around Gradient's cup of sorts. Brent Phillips decides to stay in this time on that far sideline. And an acrobatic left-handed exhibition there from Combrink, proving that the Sams together are more powerful than a Sam alone.
It's really impressive to see athletic and acrobatic frisbee player on display. Unfortunately, I feel like we're often lacking a lot of those, and it really shows when you do have someone who can throw their body around. They're fast, they got hops. It shows what you can see and display in frisbee.
We would cut to stats now, but unfortunately, as you can see from our limited broadcast, Adam has joined the opposite sideline.
It doesn't even look like the opposite sideline. It solely looks like he's just gone and stood in the middle of the field so he can have a fat chat.
Problematic scenes for CTFDA. Pete Ivey resets the game. Into Smythe in the backfield. Looks upfield to Granelli, who continues it to Funsale. Funsale on the sideline. Looking for some crash momentum through. Instead swings back to Smythe, who politely hands it back to Funsale on this near sideline. A push pass to Pereira to Funsale. Gradient with a few passes made, not much yardage gained, and a relative win for them as a simple swing gets turfed by Mutiny.
Major loss in ground there for the swing. Luckily it comes off.
Funsale with 3 opposition bodies around him. Again looking for a squirming Granelli. Releases one into the end zone. Unsuccessful for Gradient, and Rourke Robinson picks up a kind upfield throw to Aiden Klein. Stopped on that backhand by a well-positioned Smythe. Back to Hansen, looks upfield to Bovum, who throws it long.
I don't want to blame Sam for that as much as I don't like the option. You hear the instruction from the sideline is firmly get rid of it.
Van Sale now in Death Valley. Swings. Tim Murphy on it. Finds Granelli. Fakes upfield. Into Pereira. Radiant seeming a bit calmer in the hander space at least.
Calm is good, but I really think they need some more inspired movement there. They've got 3 people behind the disc and then 2 walls of Mutiny players before the next Gradient player. So they either need to swing it quicker or people need to come out.
A humbling foot block sends it to Peter Ivy in the front of the end zone.
You hate to see that.
Uncharacteristically, he passes to Mr. G. Ross himself. Smythe in his end zone.
Finds Vian. Vian with a great swing to hit him. Has an upfield option to Bernard, but unfortunately it finds Darren's favorite teammate.
A mild bit of lateral momentum.
Oh yes, Mark.
Sends it to the ground while looking upfield. A hammer is unsuccessful as Van Sale cleans up in his end zone. Smythe piercing it through. Too hot to handle for Strauss. Lewis on it for Mutiny.
Good defense by Mark, managing to save the day there.
One of the more turny points that we've seen in a game of turns. This one seems to be localized to this point alone. Peter Ivy avoids having to embarrass himself by throwing it to the ground by catching it in the end zone.
And that seems to be the classic with the Gradient zone that they haven't seemed to quite figure out yet, is while they do a great job of surrounding the stack and making life difficult, very often the front of stack option seems to be open. Timeout called by Gradient. Score is Adam would know to Adam would know.
Adam, where are you?
Where are you?
We'll be back after this timeout.
Great inside throw by Peter. Finds Doug. Doug fakes upline. Finds the negative reset to Rourke. Unfortunately, it is in the ground. Unfortunately, we've had a few spectators stop through from the rugby, but none of them seem to stick around. I don't know if it's because they're not Frisbee fans or because it's rather messy, but this would be a good time to actually capitalize on spectators coming through past the Ikeys game, or even those sitting in the pub having a little party next door. Unfortunately, turnover from Gradient, and Mutiny's back on the disc. Darren.
Peter Ivy picks up in a central position, fakes the backhand and sends it to the flick side. Nick Anderson looking for a reset cut coming from Rourke Robinson, again centering the disc.
Great grab by Peter, showing his always unsuspecting athleticism, and he finds Jonty Tomo in the end zone, who is trying to establish himself as one of the main cutters on this team. But can he do that when the Sams are about?
Ooh, Sams.
Sams! Sams!
I'm trying to get this level.
Darren, that raises an important question. Who is your favorite Sam?
Well, Sam might say that this game is over.
I believe that's the game.
Answer that question.
Wow, well, the game is now over. We've got some hand slapping going on. Adam, please don't hate us. Please pay us, Adam, the money that we so need. That is the end of this. I don't know if we'll go for some S and giggles, go and interview someone, or if that'll be the end of it. But editor, interlude something fun here. Darren, your final thoughts.
Jason, I'm grateful to have been joined to watch this, in retrospect, quite tragic showing of Frisbee. Very difficult conditions. We send our heartfelt condolences to all players involved today. And we only hope for better things to come. Thank you to the production team, as mentioned, Jason, Adam, for when he was here, not for when he wasn't. The autofocus.
Shout out Orco Focus.
And this very energetic dog. Thank you. Good night. And oh my no.